Everyone, and welcome to BCS News. Brandon and myself, Simone, are here to discuss the issue of the Kyoto Protocol. Brandon, can you give the audience at home a brief background on what the Kyoto Protocol is?
Yes, greetings. The Kyoto Protocol was created by the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change at the Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 1992. Several protocols were set to control emission limits, including the Kyoto Protocol. This treaty outlined a plan to stabilize greenhouse gas concentrations in the atmosphere to prevent dangerous interference with Earth's climate.
And what is Canada's history on the Kyoto Protocol, Brandon?
In 1997, Canada signed the Kyoto Protocol, promising to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 6% of its 1990 level by 2012. However, in 2007, the Canadian government announced it could not meet the protocol's target.
That's interesting. Now let's take a look at what our peers think of the Kyoto Protocol.
Well, Simone, this is the first small but essential steps towards stabilizing atmospheric concentrations of greenhouse gases.
Think about the Kyoto Protocol, Claire.
I think that we need to prompt action to reduce the cause of climate change, adapt to impact, and ensure that the issue is included in all relevant national and international strategies.
The fact that a European Commission's Joint Research Center released a study showing that 37 main Kyoto nations, plus the US, have emitted 7.5 less carbon dioxide into the atmosphere in 2010 than in 1990.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm here today with fellow industrialist Kasani Edmonds, and we're here today to talk about the Kyoto Protocol. What's your take on it?
I believe that the Kyoto Protocol is flawed because although countries like China have signed and agreed to it, they've set no targets and continue to develop in their industrialized lifestyle.
Thank you. Hi, I'm here today with industrialist Ethan Bottomley, and we're here today to talk about the Kyoto Protocol. What's your take on it?
I believe the costs outweigh the benefits, and the standards are way too optimistic.
I think it is too little, too fast.
I think it is a highly inequitable and inefficient agreement.
Wait, Simone, what do you think about the Kyoto Protocol?
Kasani, I think that it's excessively costly, short-term reductions without determining what should be done over a longer time frame.
Matali, what do you think of the Kyoto Protocol?
Lack of long-term goal with problems over initiatives to comply the emission reduction commitments.
What do you think?
The Kyoto Accord is only setting these emission standards for the rich countries, the more developed countries like Canada or the United States, but it's not providing the same restrictions on the developing countries, the ones that are the actual concern, like China or India. So it's ineffective.
Well, that was interesting to see what our peers thought about the Kyoto Accord. What did you think, Kasani?
Overall, I think that the Kyoto Accord is filled with good intentions, so there's still a lot of spaces to be filled in its action plan and room for improvement.
That is a very good observation. Thank you for watching tonight's issue on BCS News. See you next time.